So if you're checking every detail, every move, every email, you're not really leading, you're actually just babysitting. How are you able to inspire a team when they feel like they're being watched, they're being monitored, they're not trusted, everything has to be filtered through you? I often work with teams and leaders where micromanagement is honestly the norm, and oftentimes it's the biggest problem of workplace challenges. It stems from there, where every task has to be approved, every decision second guessed. Every smallest decision to make the customer happy has to be filtered through, and it honestly causes so much frustration, disengagement, unease, and lack of confidence. You watch that the morale will start to tank, stress and burnout start to skyrocket, and it just is a never-ending cycle. And I've also been fortunate enough to watch leaders who empower their employees to make bigger decisions because they're actually just trusting and they're letting go of control. That trust breeds more in leadership, more collaboration, more ideas, better relationships, more trust, more productivity, and more engagement. And think about it, your team doesn't need a babysitter. You hire them to do a job well. If they aren't doing what they need, that's when you step in, you coach, you guide, you empower them. Have those difficult conversations, even though they're not fun, they're necessary. And your team needs a vision that is worth chasing. They don't need someone to lead them to every decision. They need to be empowered. They need those discussions to really think through the decisions themselves so they can be empowered to do more later. Micromanagement can show up in so many different ways. It honestly is not just showing up in meetings. It's not just showing up in business. It's also showing up at home. Where are you controlling your decisions that your kids are making, your spouse is making? Where can you just ask more questions and lead them to the result themselves? It can happen when you're involved in different organizations. It can be anywhere where you are dealing with others. And so check in with yourself at times. And there may be times where you're not controlling, but there may be times where you're going and you're stepping in, you feel like you need to control the outcome. And oftentimes what happens is the beauty happens when you start to let go and let things happen, empower your people. They will start to feel more engaged, more creative, the more trust they feel, the better the relationship is going to be built. And you'll start to see those outcomes just take off. You start to see things just happen effortlessly and better. And so that's a question I want you to ask yourself. Where are you showing up as a leader? How are you controlling outcomes? Are you controlling the decisions with your clients? And where can you let go a little bit more? Make it a great day.